Oh, the sky is blue and the weather is beautiful and the birds are singing, and Jeffrey Epstein probably didn't kill himself. He did run a pedophile ring and traffic children, although if you're ABC News, you already knew that, didn't you? In a new video released by Project Veritas, ABC News anchor A.B. Robach was caught on a hot mic admitting that ABC knew all about Jeffrey Epstein being a filthy, rotten child molester years before it ever hit the airwaves. But they didn't run with the story because they were supposedly afraid of running afoul of some pretty powerful people. I'll take my word for it. Here's what she said verbatim.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. I think she had pictures, she had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. There were a lot of men in those planes, a lot of men who visited that island, a lot of powerful men who came into that apartment.
And here's the real kicker. The night that that bombshell video dropped, CNN didn't mention it once. MSNBC, nothing. NBC brought it up for about 2 seconds as part of their Access Hollywood segment. The fact that a major news network nixed a story about a rich pedophile trafficking children barely made their gossip column. As for ABC themselves, they've already said they won't be addressing the controversy on air at all. Funny, because here I thought these brave icons of journalistic honesty were all about exposing the dirty and the powerful, especially when it comes to sex scandals, right? I mean, they were so into making sure that rapists are brought to justice, they were ready and willing to publish any unsubstantiated claim and water cooler rumor about Brett Kavanaugh, regardless of how ridiculous it was or how much evidence it lacked. Now, here was a guy whose only apparent crime was being a straight white Christian dude nominated by Trump, but the next thing we know, he's an alcoholic serial abuser who ran a date rape ring out of the suburbs when he was 15. ABC had no problem running that story. And that's the modus operandi here, isn't it? Some Catholic kids verbally assaulted a peaceful Native American man. Yeah, that fits our narrative. Let's just run with that. Jussie Smollett says he was attacked by a couple of MAGA hat racists in downtown Chicago at 2 a.m. Sure. Oh, a dossier says Trump had a golden shower party with some Russian hookers. Yeah, that sounds good. Print that. But a longtime cohort of Bill Clinton's whose pedo business getting exposed might screw up your chance to score front row seats at the royal wedding. Well, better clam that up. Can't have that little tidbit getting out. You guys are such a freaking joke. Payday loan vendors have more integrity than you do. You don't care about exposing sex offenders or protecting women or defending kids. Hashtag me too to stop the Caucasian Catholic from landing a spot on the SCOTUS bench. But Clinton's airplane buddy molests a few women and crickets. You'll be all about the children when you can accuse Trump of running concentration camps at the border. But a high-profile bazillionaire sex offender gets convicted of soliciting an underage prostitute, and there's George Stephanopoulos and Katie Couric having dinner at his house. Seriously, we still don't know what happened in that jail cell. We still don't know who else may have been involved in Epstein's trafficking ring. We still don't know how many of his friends knew what was going on the whole time. And you would think that a media so devoted to truth and justice would be all over this story a million different ways. And instead, we get silence. Then again, I guess that's to be expected. After all, you can't go pissing off your friends, no matter how sleazy they might be. Especially when those who run in certain circles have a habit of getting offing themselves. And that's your Reality Check America. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, like us on Facebook and Twitter, and stay sane out there.